Very welcome news has been received of a US-brokered 30-day ceasefire between Russia and the Ukraine. That's been accepted by the Ukraine, but not yet by Russia, and I hope and pray that they do accept it, and so they should. 3 years ago, of course, this House, with complete unity, passed a motion supporting the Ukrainian territorial sovereignty and its right to peace, freedom and democratic rule. We united around those principles. We also united to condemn the aggressive actions of Russia against the peace-loving people of the Ukraine and any action that endangered human life and liberty. Of course, the full-scale invasion of the Ukraine happened just over 3 years ago, but the conflict goes back 11 years. There has been an immense scale of loss of infrastructure, homes, communities and industries. But of course, at its worst, and as I'm sure we all agree, it's been bloody. Many innocent lives have been lost, families have been destroyed, and whether it's loss of life of militants on either side or innocent civilians, those estimates vary, but they are in the hundreds of thousands. Those best estimates suggest that perhaps 100,000 civilians have been killed, noting how hard it is to account for civilian or military losses in areas that are occupied by Russia that are in fact part of Ukraine's sovereign borders. This is a massive scar, what has happened in the last 3 or 11 years, take your pick, a massive scar in the landscape, in the culture and the psyche of the people of the Ukraine. And I'm very proud to be a member of a House that stood quickly and with a united voice to condemn those appalling actions. The ceasefire was negotiated behind closed doors in Saudi Arabia. With the disappointing backdrop of the Oval Office confrontation, this is a tremendously welcome intervention by the Trump administration and the American government. And I sincerely hope it sticks. Speaking of sticks, the USA itself and the international community more generally actually hold immense power to bring Russia to heel. And I still believe that the full extent of those sanctions haven't yet been tested. And it should use those powers of sanction if required. Speaker and colleagues, I maintain regular contact with Ukraine's ambassador to Australia, Vasyl Mironchenko. I regard him as a friend. He's certainly a friend of our state, and he has been, like a rock actually, supporting and speaking for his country to ours. And he enjoys bipartisan support at the federal level of the Australian Parliament, including through that confrontation in the Oval Office. I was very proud that all sides of politics maintained their strong positions supporting our friends, the Ukrainians. Today I spoke with His Excellency on behalf of the people that I represent. I passed on our continued best wishes for him, his government, but most importantly his people, as we strive, work and pray for peace. We especially pray for a peace that passes understanding, something that will transcend the usual power plays of politics, diplomacy and sabre-rattling. And so I conclude my brief remarks tonight and thinking mainly of the people of the Ukraine, but also the peace-loving people of Russia, those of them who are peace-loving, who are caught up in this illegal and immoral war. They all deserve true peace, and therefore I welcome the Ukraine's government statement today that they will accept the terms in full of the 30-day ceasefire. They shouldn't have to. They're not the ones that have actually been causing aggression to other parties, but I think that shows tremendous grace and pragmatism that shouldn't have been asked of them. Nonetheless, they're prepared to honour those terms of that ceasefire, and I'm sure I can say, like every other member here tonight, we hope that Russia itself will formally adopt those terms of that ceasefire as well and honour it fully while a more lasting diplomatic solution toward a lasting peace is found.